Good morning, students. So today we are starting new concept, ranking. So for the last 2 days actually we are discussing reasoning, and I believe that you must be having some it's a little bit a breather for you, isn't it? So when we compare with quantitative aptitude, test of reasoning is obviously a little easy. Easy in the sense, we usually start receiving the material, that is what actually is in test of reasoning. But in quantitative aptitude, as it involves so many calculations, it is a little bit difficult in fact. Anyway students, so for the last 2 days we are discussing sequence, and I believe that I need not repeat those topics again because the questions are so easy. And today we are actually discussing another important concept, that is ranking. So this is going to be the next concept in ranking. Students, what is the meaning of ranking? How we define ranking? You know that what is ranking? You know that what is the meaning of ranking? Ranking is all about having some position. Yeah, students, good morning everyone. Yeah, that's okay students, good morning. So no messages right now. Students, please don't send messages unless I ask you to do so. What happens, you know, we are sending messages but I am unable to see because when I don't ask you, obviously I don't find any time and I don't tend to see that kind of messages. Please don't do that. Okay. Students, when it comes to ranking, how do we define ranking? What is the rank of India in GDP, gross domestic product? What is the rank of India in human trafficking? And what is the rank of India in quality human index? So this is what we call is different rankings. Probably you the people, you can easily understand. What is the Team India rank in test match cricket? What is Team India rank in 2020 cricket? Of course, when it comes to India cricket, obviously, when it comes to cricket, we can find the position of India somewhere in 1 or 2. Because probably we can say that India ranks second in world cricket. The top can be either England or Australia, somebody else. So it is easy because we know what is the rank of India when it comes to cricket. Okay, if you think that India's rank is second, therefore it is understandable that there is one country which is having better ranking than India. I think you understand this. Yes, students, I understand. Then tell me, what is the rank of India in football? What is the rank of India in football? Have you ever seen India playing an international football? Have you ever seen India playing international football? Have you ever seen India playing Football Federation Cup, FIFA World Cup? Never. At least for the last 50 years, we never had any place in world football. Probably I can say, I believe that India rank in world football, it could be something around 150. I am not very sure, maybe it could be around 150, which means to say that there are 149 countries having much better rank than India. 150, this is only my assumption, I may not be right about it. But yes, I am very sure that it could be around 100 or 150, because football is an actual testimony of your vigor, your caliber. Cricket, a relatively easier game. How many countries in the world play cricket? Hardly 10 countries. Hardly 10 countries. And most of the countries are in Asian subcontinent. Europe, if you can take England, that's it, nothing more, not more than any other country. Australia, New Zealand. Of course, there is no country from America. So very few countries play cricket, international cricket. Therefore, we may place, we find our place in second from the top. And when it comes to football, India, I think you can place India around 150, which means to say that 149 better countries are there than India when it comes to football. Yeah, when it comes to Olympics, when it comes to Olympics, oh my God, better we do not mention, better we do not mention the name in Olympics. What man, isn't it? How many medals we win? Hardly one or two, not even one single gold medal. I think you understand that. So, Olympic medal is supposed to be actual testimony of your physical fitness of that entire country. Usually, the health conditions, physical fitness and financial status of any individual company is described the number of medals that particular country wins in Olympics. Is it surprising for you, my dear students? Is it surprising? Do we measure the financial status of any one country basing on the medals it wins? Yes, of course. Winning a gold medal in Olympics is not that easy. It requires a lot of financial assistance. It requires testing facilities. It requires a lot of training facilities, which mean the country need to be financially very sound. Olympics, you see in Olympics, obviously US obviously places first place in Olympics for many years. For many years, for many years, you can understand that every time US only plays the first place. And in second place now China is occupying second place, if you can see that in Olympics. Which means US people are able to spend lot of amount on the development of sports facilities and of course China. So, we need to spend crores of rupees on any one individual to make him or her eligible to be contestant of gold medal, a true contestant in that particular level. So, I can tell you that yes, Olympic medal is an indication, is a testimony of the financial standard of that individual country, yes. Anyway, students, what I mean to say is ranking is all about, it is all about, usually ranking we take in vertical way, that is something like this. Usually whenever a ranking is supposed to be given, we usually take like this. And for example, my dear students, there are some people after an examination, let me suppose that some people have taken the exam and all the positions of ranking are given like this. Ranking in any examination will help us to boost our morale, isn't it? Obviously. For example, if I say that some examination is held and all the ranks are being placed like this, and if I say that A is found here, Come on student, can you tell me what is the rank of A? What is the rank of A? Yeah, student, somebody asking me whether ranking is arithmetic or reasoning. Student, ranking comes under the heading of reasoning. Ranking comes under the heading of reasoning. As I told you that this entire week we will be discussing reasoning only, so that it is a little breather for you and you can even receive much better way. Can you come on student? Yes, I am asking you to tell me what is the rank of A in that particular class. Come on, what you are waiting for? I am waiting for your reply. Come on, yes. What is your answer? What is the rank of A? What is the rank of A? Okay, well done. Yes, come on student. Yes, students, yeah. A's rank is 4th. Well. Yes, what you said is right. Yeah, exactly. What you said is right, my dear students. You said that A is 4th in the class. And yes, A is 4th in the class. May I know what is his rank? Is it only 4th or anything else? Everybody said 4th. Wonderful. Yeah. Yes, exactly. The rank of A is 4th. That is for sure. A's rank is 4th. Yeah, I understand that. But my dear students, I can tell you that A's rank can be given something like this. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Therefore, A is 7th from the bottom. A is 7th from the bottom. I think you understand what I mean. One way A is 4th in the class. I only said 4th. From the top is not necessary because by default ranking is usually taken from the top only. Therefore, A's rank is 4th in the class, that is understandable, and A's rank is 7th from the bottom, which mean to say that the position of any one individual, the rank of any one individual can be taken either from the top or from the bottom. I hope you understand this, either from the top or from the bottom. So, 4 and 7, it is surprising to see that 4 plus 7, do we have 11 members in the class, my dear students? 4 plus 7, do we have 11 members in the class? Check it out. Let us check it out. Do we have 11 members in the class? It never seems to be 11 in the class, because just check it out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have only 10 members in the class, but this counting gives us 11 members in the class. Are we making any mistake? No, we are not making any mistake. So, the total number of students in the class, is 11 minus 1, that is 10. You can ask me, sir, why you are subtracting 1? Why you are subtracting 1? 4th, 7. 4th, A is 4th in the rank, 7th from the bottom. Both the ranks are given only for one individual, that is A. Therefore, 4 plus 7, 11, 11 minus 1, 10. I hope you understand, my dear students. You understand what is the meaning of ranking, and you also clear that ranking can be given from top or from the bottom. It can be given from the top or of course from the bottom. For example, my dear students, just listen to me, just listen to me. Just listen to me. For example, some 10 people are given like this: 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As I told you that A is found here. A is found here. What you said? A is 4th in the class. 4th in the class. A is 4th in the class. Somebody says that 4th from the top. 4th from the top. Actually, this is not necessary. From the top is not necessarily be taken, because by default it is obviously said top only. What, man? Have ever your father asked you what is your rank in your class? What you told him? Daddy, I stood 2nd. Your father is so excited. Oh, my son is 2nd. And is it from the top? Has ever your father asked this question to you? Probably your father never knows. The ranking can be taken from the bottom. But of course, usually no. So, by default, ranking is taken only from the top, not from the bottom. That is understandable. Okay. So, students, A is 4th in the class, so 4th from the top. 4th from the top is not enough. It is, not necessary. You by default we can say A is 4th in the class. And we also say that A is 7th from the bottom. From the bottom you have to mention. From the bottom you have to mention. Because usually rank is taken from the top. Student, now just listen. A is 4th in the class, which I mean to say that there are 3 better students than A. What do you understand? A is 7th from the bottom, therefore, there are 6 dull students than A. What do you think? Am I right? Am I right, my dear students? I think I am right. Because after crossing 3 people, he became 4th. After leaving 6 people, he is obviously 7th from the top. Therefore, if I want to be very clear to you, my dear students, how many students are there? 3 plus 6 over there, over here, plus A, 3 plus 6 plus 1. Therefore, there are 10 students in the class. I think you understand. There are 10 students in the class. I believe that I am going well. I hope there is no confusion from yours. Yes, students, yes, 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 yes. Yes, students, so far so good. Yes, I understand that there are no complaints from your side. Everything is going very fine. You understand, you are slowly could able to get what is ranking all about. Come on, student, let me ask you one more question. Maybe this time you will be even more clear. Come on, come on, come on. Let me suppose that some people are given a ranking. Some people are given ranking. My question to you, just listen to me. A is 16th in the class. A is 16th in the class. If I say that A is 16th in the class, probably you can have only one particular comment, that is there must have been 15 better students than A. I think there is no other comment you can come to. There must have been 15 better students than A. If I have to say he is 16th in the class, obviously there must have been 15 better students. Only after that only he becomes 16. Come on, tell me, can you tell me how many students are there below A, after A? At the moment, we may not be able to come to a conclusion. What do you think? At the moment, we may not be able to come to a conclusion. The reason is we have no other information except A being 16th in the class. Maybe we require some more information to confirm that. For example, I give you further information. A is 18th from the bottom. A is 18th from the bottom. If I also give you A is 18th from the bottom, then you can conclude this number now it is 17. What do you think? This number is now 17. Come on, student. Now please try to understand how many students are there in the class. 16 plus 18, that is 34. It is not 34, but it is 33. Isn't it? I hope you understand, my dear students. What I am telling you is very clear to you. Want me to check out? Would you like to have an idea? Just look at that. And over the top of A there are 15 students, and bottom of A there are 17 students. 15 top of A, 17 bottom of A, plus 1, and hence 15 plus 17 plus 1. Therefore, total number of students are 33. What, man? I hope that I am your. Yes, very good, very good, very good. Okay, students, plus please do not send messages right now, because when I put a question to you, then only you send messages, or else the very purpose of interaction will be defeated. Okay, please do understand. Okay. Now come on, student. Now I just want to put some questions to you. Now it is your time to answer this particular question. Come on, student. Here is the question. A is 6th from the top. A is 6th from the top, and 8th from the bottom. 8th from the bottom. A's rank is 8th from the bottom. My question to you, how many students are there in the class? Come on, yes, it is your turn. Respond. How many students are there in the class? Yeah, good morning, students. Now please continue. How many students are there in the class? A is 6th from the top and 8th from the bottom. Well done, well done, well done, well done, very well done, very well done. How many students are there in the class? Waiting for your response, my dear students. Waiting for your response. Very well done, very well done. Yeah. Very good, very good, very good, very good, very good. Somebody still says 14. It is not 14, my dear students. It should be 13. Well done, well done. You see how this question can be solved? It is very simple, my dear students. 6 and 8. 6 plus 8, that is 14. but we don't have 14 people, but we have only 13 people in the class. The rank 6 is also for A. The rank 8 is also for A. There are no 2 people. There is only 1 people. There is only 1 man, that is A. That is the reason why 6 plus 8 minus 1 is enough. Okay, students. Now, one more question, maybe this time you will be able to answer this question much effectively. Well done, well done. Now, stop sending messages, my dear students. Stop sending messages. I got your point and you are doing extremely well. Very well done, very well done. Yeah. Very good, very good, very good, very good. That's very good. Now, one more question. This time you need to answer this question. A is 11th from either end. 11th from either ends. Now tell me how many students are there in the class? Respond quick. A is 11th from either ends. How many students are there in the class? Come on, student, I am waiting for your reply. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Very good, very good, very good, very good. Yeah. Excellent, excellent. Very good, my dear students. 11th from the class, how many students are there? What you said is right. You responded very well. I congratulate you, but I could see 2 different answers. Somebody says 21. Of course, majority of the people say 21, but there is one more answer from your side. Maybe I need to clarify your doubt. Right. If anybody is putting any other answer, now this is the time we need to come out of all that confusion, my dear students. Beginning of the class must be very effective, otherwise we may not be able to get it right. Come on, student. 11 plus 11, that is 22, but should be subtracted by 1, hence your answer is 21. 11 from either end, from the top 11, from the bottom 11. 11 plus 11, 22. Why minus 1? Because that is something about A only. When you have taken the position of A for 2 times, we have to subtract for 1 time. What, man? Comfortable? Okay. Should I explain you in detail? Should I explain you in detail? Now just look at this. If I have to explain you in detail, I need to explain this. Just look at that. A is 11th from the top, means there are 10 people brighter than A. What do you think? 11th in the class, 10 people brighter than A. Students, are you following seriously? Come on. And 11th from the bottom, that is 10 people duller than A. Therefore, 10 plus 10, and of course, A position need to be counted, you know, and hence that is 21. So, by this time you are absolutely clear about the ranking, the basics of ranking. Students, if anybody said 22, now this is the time that you have to clarify any such. Now, I think I am absolutely clear to you. I think I can go ahead. Are we clear, students? I hope yes. Yeah. That's very good. That's very good. So, your response helped me to understand whether we are going in the right direction or not. I think you understand, my dear students. Come on. Students, yesterday there was one question that is regarding monkey climbing up the pole. We discussed that particular question, but I believe that you are not so confident in that question. We have to discuss that question with a different numbers. Wait for some time, we get back to that, right? Okay, right. Come on, student, here is one more question. Now this time you will be able to answer effectively. Just look at this, Let me suppose that some people are given in a rank, okay, just given like this. If I say that A is 9th in the class, A is 9th in the class. You need not ask me, it is by default from the top. If I say that I am number 1 in Tollywood, is it from the top or bottom? It is only from the top. Ranking is obviously from the top. Come on student, what information we can only come? We can only say that A is over here and there are 8 people brighter than A, because he happens to be 9th in the class. Except that we can't have any other information right now, right. If I say that there are 20 students in the class, there are 20 students in the class, there are 20 students in the class. Come on student, if I say that there are 20 students in the class, what is his rank? What is A's rank from the bottom? What is A's rank from the bottom? If I ask you something like this. It is your time to respond, my dear students. Start. What is his rank from the bottom? Come on, yes. Tell me. What is his rank from the bottom? Students, today's examination is on sequence and ranking. Okay. Today you will be taking exam on sequence and ranking. Somebody asked me, sir, whether it is on sequence or ranking or something like. Today's examination will be on sequence and ranking. Yes, students, I could see two different answers. Somebody says 11 and somebody says 12. Probably one of you must be right. Then which is right, I need to clarify. If you are confusing state, that is 11 or 12, now this is my answer for your question. Come on student. How many students do we have? We have 20 students, we have 20 students. Out of 20 students, 8, 9. So, there must have been 11 students after A. When you are about to comment A's rank from the bottom, obviously his rank will be 12th from the bottom. Why you are saving 11th man? It should have been 12th only, because A's rank is counted after 11. So, when A's rank is counted after 11, it should be 12. Okay. But somebody says 11, somebody says 12. You must be clear, my dear students, it is 12. He is 12th from the bottom. I hope you understand this. Because there are 11 people after A. So, if you start counting from the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 11, therefore, after 11 it is 12, therefore, 12th from the bottom. Okay student, now I ask you one question, now it is the time for you to respond. Ready? Come on, yes. This is the question. In a class of 30, if A's rank is 11th, find his rank from the bottom. Find his rank from the bottom. What you are waiting? Start. Find his rank from the bottom. Students, I am waiting for your reply. Read the question properly. This is your time. You need to respond. I am waiting for your reply. I have to get the correct answer, or else I just don't want to go ahead. Come on. Come on, student. త్రీ పెట్టమా బాగా చలిగా ఉంది 23 చూడదేమో చూడు 23లో పెట్టు 23 పెట్టు 23 ఉండాలి 23 ఉందా రైట్ ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ ప్రెస్ చేయి 23 ఎక్కడ yes students now please respond. Yeah, there are different answers I am getting actually. Somebody says 20 and somebody says 19th. Okay. Now there are two different answers. Somebody says 20, somebody says 19. One of these answers must be right. Let me clarify which one is right. Come on student, here we go. So actually we are giving ranking. Now just look at that. In a class of 30, A's rank is 11. A's rank is 11, which I mean to say that there are 10 bright students than A. Okay? But actually we have 30 number of students. Therefore, 10 plus 1, 11. 30 minus 11, 19. 19 students should be after A. What do you think? Now I am counting A's rank from the bottom. So after 19, A will be 20th. 20th from the bottom. 20th from the bottom. His rank is 20th from the bottom. I hope you understand what I mean. When you are crossing 19 people, you should be in 20th. What do you think? He is crossing 19, you must understand that, okay? So still some of you are mentioning 19 students, it is not 19 but it is 20. Actually, we have even easier method of handling this question, and if you want to be very clear, we need not do all this nonsense. Even we can answer this question much simpler way. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you. How many students do we have? 30. And what is his rank? 11th from the top. Therefore, you do one thing. 31 minus 11 is 20th from bottom. 20th from bottom. Okay. So this is even simple technique. That is even simple technique. Come on student. I think I need to explain this question once again. In a class of 40, if A's rank is 25th, find his rank from the bottom. Find his rank from the bottom. If I ask you a question something like this. Okay students, we need not do anything for this question. As I told you that there is a very simple technique. What is the simple technique? You increase the value of 40 plus 1, 41, and you subtract 25. 41 minus 25, your answer is 16 from the bottom. I hope you understand. Having a little confusion for sure. You have to have the confusion. In the process of learning, there should be different kinds of questions. You have to have the questions. I just explain you all your questions at the moment. Just leave the question right now and we go ahead and with more perfection. Come on student. Come on student. Just listen to me. Just listen to me. Some ranking is given something like this. Some ranking is given like this. For example, student, I say that A stood here. Okay. This is a 10th class A section. This is a 10th class A section, and there is one person A, and his rank is 7th, which means to say that there are 6 people brighter than A, and there are 16 people duller than A as well. Okay. So that was the situation of the class, my dear students. That was the situation of the class. Please students, do not respond. I am shooting the questions to you. Now at the moment, you please do not respond. Wait for my question. Come on student. So just a ranking is given in the class. In 10th class A section, some people are placed in the rank, and I find that A is over here. Obviously, if this is the case, right at the moment I can say that A is 7th in the class, and also A is 17th from the bottom. Isn't it? 17th from the bottom. To that extent, I am very clear to you. 7th is enough. From the top, we need not mention. Stop there. Stay there. Just look at me, students. Just look at me. Now, I'm about to ask you some question. I'm shooting questions to you. Now, you need to listen to me carefully. Ready? Now, just I want to say that no message should come from your side. No message should come from your side. Right? Everybody listen. Are you clear, man? Here we go. Here we go. I am asking you this question to you. You have to answer my question. Ready? Right. Ready, my dear students? Just listen to me. In this particular class, if x joins in the class, you tell me whether A's rank will be 7th or is going to change. Is the rank of A is going to change or not? Clarify. Yes or no? Is A's rank will be still 7 or it is going to make any change? Yes or no? You tell me. Is A's rank is going to have any change if X joins in the class? Student, please don't unnecessarily respond, man. You respond whenever I put a question to you. Come on, student. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Is A's rank is going to change or no? There are 3 options from your side. There are 3 options from your side. Somebody says yes, somebody says no, somebody says can't say. There are 3 options from your side. Somebody says yes, somebody says no. Let me tell you, I could see that there are 3 answers. Somebody says yes, and someone say no, and someone say can't say. Oh my God, there are 3 different answers from your side. Why, man? Why there are 3 different answers? Let me tell you that. I said that X joins in the class. X joins in the class. My question to you, is A's rank is still 7th or not? That was my question. What you said, can't say. Somebody says yes, somebody says no. Let me check. Majority of the people say yes, can't say. Wait. Come on, student, this is what we call is reasoning. You have to respond properly. What you said, can't say, is absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. You know why? Because we don't know what is the caliber of X. What is the caliber of X? If X happens to be more intelligent than A, A's rank will further decrease. If X happens to be more intelligent than A, his rank will further decrease. Students, listen to me. I used to be second in my class. When I was in school, I used to be second in my class. Very few occasions I had been first, but many of the cases I was second in the class. In 9th class, I think in July or sometime, some new students are coming into my class. I was really worried, you know. I was worried that because of those people, my rank may even come down. I was in 9th A standard at the time. If we get the people from C section, obviously it is very certain that my rank is not going to change, because obviously we can expect that if some dull students come to my class, my rank is not going to change. If bright students happens to be in my class, my rank will further come down. So at the time, any new students come to my class, I used to have a lot of fear, you know. I used to shiver like anything. Oh, whether he is bright or dull student. I hope you understand. If X happens to be brighter than A, A's rank will further come down. If X is a dull student than A, his rank will not be changed. It will keep constant. It may not be changed. So, my dear students, what is my point is, just I want to come again. In a class, A's rank is something like this. A is 7th in the class. A's rank is 7th. Isn't it? This is what I gave you. In this class, I said that X joins, and I am asking whether A's rank is going to make any change. Your response of can't say is absolutely correct, because we do not know the caliber of X. If X happens to be more intelligent, then A's rank will come down. If he is not as intelligent as A need not bother, because his rank not going to change. Therefore, your answer is can't say. Well done, students. Many of you said can't say. I appreciate you. Very well done, very well done. Okay, student. Now, please stop sending messages. Stop sending messages. Another question I am putting to you. Are you ready, my dear students? Now, this is the question. Just listen to me. Here is the question. In a class, let me suppose that in a class, A's rank is, let me suppose that A's rank is 12th. Okay? A's rank is 12th. Listen to me properly. This is the question I am going to ask you. Come on, student. If 4 students join in the class, my question to you is that A's rank will have any change? My question to you, A's rank will be still 12th, or it is going to be even better, or it can be even worse? I can tell you that what you said is right. We can't say, because we do not know the caliber of A, isn't it? Now, listen to my question carefully. What could be the worst rank of A after 4 students, after joining of 4 students? It is your time to respond. Come on, respond. What is going to be the worst rank of A if after 4 students join? As I told you that 4 students join in the class, I am just asking you what is going to be the worst rank of A. Wonderful. Hemalata Reddy, you are very good. What you said is right. Excellent. Sneha, very good student. Excellent. I appreciate. Excellent. I appreciate. His rank will be, the worst rank of A will be 16. If this is possible, if all the 4 students are happen to be brighter than A. Already A, 11 people are brighter than A. If all these 4 people happen to be brighter than A, his rank is going to be 16th. In the worst case, A's rank is going to be 16. You understand, my dear students? So, this is the most important part of ranking. Okay? Now, here we go. Now, this is the next. Here we go. Come on, student. Let me suppose that in a class, A's rank is 10th and B's rank is 12th from the bottom. This is my question to you. How many students are there in the class? Whenever this kind of question is given, my dear students, yeah, there is a little confusion for sure. let me suppose that A's rank is 10th in the class. So, including A there are 10 people, and B's rank is 12th from the bottom, including B there are 12 people bottom, but we do not know how many people are there between A and B. If we come to know the people, number of people between A and B, maybe we may be able to comment on. I think you understand, my dear students. At this moment, we cannot make any comment about A and B. To this extent, we are very clear, and there is every chance that B's position can be after A. So, that is a different issue that we will discuss later. At the moment, just forget about this. So, this is about ranking, my dear students, and there are many questions which we need to discuss in ranking. You at least you understand what is the meaning of ranking, but you are not very clear about the topic. You will be getting confidence if you start answering the questions. Are you ready, my dear students? Shall we start? Students, I think we can go ahead. So far there are no complaints from your side, everyone seems to be okay. Now I think it is, you are doing extremely well. Yeah, please do not respond, students. If I do not ask you any question, please do not respond. Right. Now we go to the material, just look at that. This question already we discussed. I believe that I gave you some more examples in this question also. I strongly believe that you are doing right now. Next one, question number 23, yeah, we are comfortable. Question number 24. Question number 24, yes, everything seemed to be so good. I strongly believe that so far we are able to handle these questions without any confusion. I think we can go ahead. Question number 22, 23, 24. You see, my dear students, 22, 23, 24, all the questions are basing on time only. Student, are we comfortable so far? Yesterday, are we comfortable? I believe that everything is going fine. Now we need to go ahead. Come on, student. Yeah, here we go. Please tell the 24th question, sir. You are asking me to explain 24th question. Okay. Yeah, students, someone are asking me, so explain question number 24. Okay, I will tell you. Yes, students, please. Yesterday's paper, yeah, we will be discussing yesterday's paper, my dear students. Yeah, please look at this. Question number 24, I will explain you once again, no problem. 24 as well as 25 also, I believe that even 25th question. A monkey climbs 20 feet at the beginning. This question also we need to discuss. Please, at the end of the class, we will be discussing these two classes. Here we go, question number 26, ranking. Come on, student, just look at question number 26. In a class, Michael Jackson ranked 25th from the top and 21st from the bottom. How many students are there in the class? 25 plus 41, that is 66. As I told you that 66 minus 1, there are 65 students in the class. I hope you understand, because ranking, I think you are very comfortable in ranking so far. No problem, student. If you want me to explain, yeah, in detail, yeah, I will be explaining something like this. Michael Jackson, here we go. Michael Jackson, 25th from the top means there are 24 people better than Michael Jackson. 41st from the bottom means there are 40 dull students than Michael Jackson. Therefore, if you start counting, the counting goes something like this: 40 plus 24 including Michael Jackson. Therefore, the number of people in the class is 65. But actually that is not required. You can simply get your answer something like this: 65 is right. Students, please do not respond, my dear students. When I am getting tons of messages, I am missing the very important message. The purpose is not serving. Please do not respond if I do not ask you to do so. Okay? Just listen. Yes, someone are asking me to explain 24 and 25 again. I will be doing that at the end of the class. Just listen. Here we go. Next question. Question number 27. Here we go. Question number 27. Obama's rank is 13th in a class of 41. 13th in a class of 41. What is his rank from the last? The simple technique is 41 plus 1, that is 42, subtract 13, hence your answer will be 29th from the top. 29 from the bottom. You can ask me, sir, why you are telling the technique? Why don't you explain in detail? Yeah, I will be doing that. I will be doing that. If you want me to explain, I will explain you. No problem. There are 41 students in the class and Obama rank is 13th. Means here Obama 13. So, including Obama, there are 13. Actually, we have 41 students, 41 minus 13, 28. Therefore, 28 dull students than Obama. Student 13th from the top, including Obama 13. So, 41 minus 13, there are 28 dull students than Obama. If you want me to explain you from the bottom, he will be 29th from the bottom. His rank will be 29th from the bottom. I think you understand. Okay. Now we go ahead. Question number 28. Here we go. Hemant ranked 13th from the top. Hemant ranked 13th from the top. Students, let me explain this question in detail. Hemant ranked 13 in the class, which means there are 12 students better than Hemant. 26th rank from the bottom, there are 25 dull students than Hemant. What do you think? So, tell me, how many students do we have? 12 plus 25 plus Hemant, that is we have 38 students. Remember student, ranking of any class is given only the pass ones, obviously failures are not included. And if 6 students have failed in the class, 38 plus 6, the total strength of the class will be 44. What do you think? So, ranking of any one individual is given only if he gets pass, okay. If he pass only, we give the rank. If otherwise, obviously we won't give rank, No. We can't. We can say, my dear students, please do not respond. Do not respond to my question. Come on, student. So remember, student, all this particular position are only about the one who get the pass, because only 38 people have passed, and it is also given that 6 people failed. Therefore, 38 plus 6. Therefore, answer is 44. But for your information, this work we need not do, my dear students. This work is not necessary. Simply the number of people can be found by using the technique 13 plus, 13 plus 26, that is 39, 39 minus 1, 38. 38, total number of students who passed the exam is 38, and of course 6 people have anyway failed. So, total number of students are 44, including 6 failures. Okay. Here we go. The results of a class was declared. The boy Hemant stood 5th in the class. The girl Lata was 8th from the last. The position of Bhargav was 6th after Hemant and in the middle of Hemant and Lata. Total students are. This is a beautiful question, my dear students. Just listen to me. Just listen to me. Here we go. You just listen the question I am actually trying to explain you. You please focus on that, and you respond when I ask you to respond. At the moment, just listen. Come on, student. Here we go. The results of a class was declared. The results of a class was declared. The boy Hemant 5th in the class. The boy Hemant 5th in the class. Including Hemant, there are 5 people top, and the girl Lata was 8th from the last. The girl Lata was 8th from the last. So, we only to see how many people are there between Hemant and Lata. If we could see the number of people, obviously we will be getting our answer. And for that, you can make use of this particular information, my dear students. The position of Bhargav was 6th after Hemant. The position of Bhargav, B means Bhargav. Students, is 6th after Hemant, 6th after Hemant. Students, could you see why did I take 5? 6th after, if you want to be 6th, there must be 5 boys. The position of Bhargav was 6th after Hemant, which means there are 5 people between Hemant and Bhargav. Can you tell me why I could, how I could get 5 here? Because it is also given that she is in the middle of Hemant and Lata. Bhargav was in the middle of Hemant and Lata. 5 plus 5. Want me to tell what is the total number of people right now? Let me tell you. Up to Hemant there are 5 people, and from up to Lata there are 8 people, and not only that, between we have 11 people. Did you understand how we get 11? 5 plus 5 plus Bhargav, and hence I can tell you that there are 24 people in the class. There are 24 people in the class. I am pretty sure that some of you may not be able to get this question right. Yeah. I understand that some of you are not able to get this question right. Maybe one more question will help you to understand this particular question with perfection. Shall I give you one more question to you? Come on, student. Here we go. Come on, yes. Please listen. I just want to make only simple change. In place of 6th, my dear student, if I give you 11th, what is going to be your answer? Start, respond, quick. Come on, student, what is your answer? Yeah, I am explaining again, my dear students. I am explaining again by giving you one more example. I am explaining this question again by giving you one more example. Please explain this question again. Okay, students? Yeah, I am doing that. I am doing that. Come on, student. If anyone can explain, you please answer. Not getting it right? Okay, no problem. I will explain you. Here we go. Students, you know that. So this is the class. Tell me, the boy Hemant was 5th in the class. Here is Hemant. He is 5th in the class. Up to Hemant there are 5 people. The girl Lata was 8th. I think now there is no confusion. Up to Hemant 5 people. Below Lata 8 people. Now we have to confirm how many people are there between Hemant and Lata, and we will be clear. Come on, tell me, students. And now for that, the information is the position of boy Bhargav. The position of boy Bhargav was 11th after Hemant. 11th after Hemant. You are 11th after me, which means there are 10 people between you and me. What, man? If suppose you are 2nd after me, which means there is one boy between you and me. You understand that? Bhargav B is 11th after Hemant, which means there are 10 people between Hemant and Bhargav. And in fact, there are 10 people between Bhargav and Lalita. How can you confirm? Because he is in the middle of Hemant and Lata. Therefore, now you tell me, how many people are there between Hemant and Lata? We have 21 people. 10 plus Bhargav. Tell me what is the total strength? Up to Hemant 5 people, up to Lata from the bottom 8 people, as well as 21 people between these two, and therefore the total strength is 34. The total strength is 34. Yeah, many people responded, many people responded, 34, 34, well done, well done, well done. Yes, students, yeah, I got your point, I got your point. Congratulations, very good, very good, very good. I appreciate you are doing extremely well. Should I make some change in the question? Are you prepared for that, my dear students? Ready? Come on here. Here we go. One more question I just want to give you. Now let us see how good you are able to respond to this question. Come on, yes. Just look at this. Yes, students, in place of 5th, you please take 15th. You please take 15th. In place of 6th, you please take 8th. Answer this question again. Start. Come on, student. Start. Come on, student. I am waiting eagerly. Yeah, I am waiting, I am waiting, I am waiting, I am waiting here. Your response is so important for me. You know, I can go ahead. Come on, come on, come on, come on, man, come on, man. We are almost able to conclude the topic. Yeah, somebody said 38, somebody said 40, 38, 38, 38, 38, 40, 40, somebody says 40, there are two options, 37, oh my God. Different answers I am getting, stay there, if I am getting too many options means you the people are having some kind of confusion for sure. Now listen to me. Here we go, just listen, here we go. Come on student, now tell me. The results of a class was declared, the boy Hemant was 15th in the class, the boy Hemant was 15th in the class, up to Hemant there were 15 people. The girl Lata was 8th from the last. The girl Lata was 8th from the last. Come on student, you please tell me. So far how many people are certain? 15 plus 8, 23 people are certain, right? Including Hemant, including Lata. Probably we will be able to get it confirmed if we come to know how many people are there between Hemant and Lata. For which there is some condition given. What is that? The boy Bhargav was 8th after Hemant. The boy Bhargav was 8th after Hemant. 8th after Hemant means after crossing 7 people. After crossing 7 people he will be 8th. And it is 7 as well as this is also 7. Can you tell me why 7? Because in the middle of Hemant and Lata. Now tell me, how many people do we have between these two? 7 plus 7, 14 plus Bhargav, 15. So between between Hemant and Lata, we have another 15 people, and hence your answer must be 38. Yeah. Students, many people said 38. But still there are some other answers also. That is the reason why I was forced to explain this question again. Well done students. I can understand that we are going in the right direction. Yeah, one more question will help you to understand this question correct. Come on student, here we go. In a class of 42 where girls are twice that of boys, Anand ranked 17th from the top. If there are 11 girls ahead of Anand, how many boys are after him in a class? This is very interesting. This is very interesting. Come on student, just listen to me. Just listen to me. So in a class is obviously a combination of boys and girls. Class is obviously a combination of boys and girls. Therefore, when you say that it is a combination of boys and girls in a class of 42, where girls are twice that of boys, therefore, girls and boys are in the ratio 2:1. 42 divide in the ratio 2:1, ratio and proportion, come on student, 2:1, that is 28 and 14. Got it? The class we are now trying to discuss having 28 girls and 11 boys. Am I clear to you? Come on, go ahead. Come on student, come on. Anand ranked 17th from the top. Anand ranked 17th from the top, which means there are 16 bright students than Anand. Am I clear to you? Am I? Because there must be 16 bright students than Anand, then only he will be 17th in the class. These 16 students is a combination of boys and girls. If you are happen to be in a co-ed school, so top of you, there may be boys as well as girls, isn't it? Out of the 16, out of this 16, if there are 11 girls ahead of Anand, if there are 11 girls ahead of Anand, out of this 16, come on students, tell me, 11 are girls and obviously 5 are boys. Out of 16, if there are 11 girls, 5 boys. Actually, how many boys we are dealing with? We are dealing with 14 boys. Tell me how many boys so far we are having? 5 plus Anand 6, 5 plus 1 6. Therefore, the remaining 8 must be after him. Total we have to get 14 man. Total we have to get 14. Out of 14, 5 boys are already there. 5 plus 1 6, 14 minus 6 8. So, 8 people will be after Anand. 8 people will be after Anand. I think we have to discuss this question again. Okay? Yeah. We have to discuss this question again. This time I just want to give you some change. I want to give you some change. Now it is you to explain me. Come on student, I just want to make 2 changes in this question. You please explain me. In a class of 42, you take in place of 42 you take 60. 42 you take 60 and 11 you take 19. Answer this question now. There are 2 changes. 42 is taken as 60, 11 we have taken as 19. What you are waiting for? Come on student, now it is your turn, come on. Somebody says data wrong. Okay, let us check what is there, man. If you think data is wrong, okay, it will be like that, no problem. Come on, come on, come on, I am waiting for your answer. I am waiting for your reply. Waiting for your reply. Yeah. Come on student, yes. In a class of 60, where girls are twice that of boys, So 2:1. Okay students, 60 if you divide in the ratio 2:1, 40 girls, 20 boys. Come on, go ahead. I want to see how good you are responding. What is your response? Same question, my dear students, there is no change. You have to answer this question. Yeah. Somebody says can't say. Somebody says data is not clear. Why, man? Why? Why data is wrong? Why data is wrong? Why data is wrong? Just look at this, just look at this. In a class of 60 where girls are twice that of boys, Anand ranked 17th. Oh, sorry. Sorry students, yeah. I am sorry students. What is said is right, yeah. Yeah students, in place of 42 you take 60, okay. In place of 11 you take 15 and now answer. Yeah, I appreciate. Yeah students, I understand that. I appreciate the way you are thinking, you are fully connected to the topic, I understand that. Very well done. Come on student, I am waiting eagerly. Yeah. Answer? Okay. 17, 18. Some answer I get 17, some answer I get 18. Yeah, sir, some answer I get 17, somebody says 18. Well done. There are two answers from your side. Maybe one of you must be right. Out of 60, girls and boys are in the ratio 2:1. 40 girls, 20 boys. Well done student, very well done. Tell me, Anand ranked 17th. Which means there are 16 people brighter than A. Out of this 16, we have 15 girls and there is only one boy. You see, there are 15 girls ahead of Anand. Therefore, there must be only one boy. How many boys we need to confirm? We need to discuss about 20 boys. Out of 20, 1 plus Anand. 1 plus 1, 2. If you subtract 2, the remaining 18 will be after Anand. Very well done, my dear students. Now you are clear. And I really appreciate, at least you are able to judge if there is any mistake in the question. I am so happy to see that you are responding very well. You are connecting to the class very well. Students, so ranking is not completed. We will be completing this topic tomorrow. But anyway, you are taking a test today. Maybe some questions in ranking you may not be able to answer with confidence, but you have your try. Tomorrow you may be able to answer question without any confusion. So today you are going to test on sequence and ranking. Sequence is obviously completed, but ranking is not completed. But still you are attempting the test. Maybe some questions you may not be able to answer. Don't bother about. Try your level best. Okay. Student, yeah, some of you are asking me to explain question number 24 and 25. Yeah, I will be explaining those two. Some of you are asking me to explain question number 25 and 24 as well. Here is the question. A monkey can climb 20 feet. A monkey climbs 20 feet at the beginning of each hour. Rest for a while when he slips back 10 feet before he can start climbing. You can climb 20 feet. For your information, what I mean is, if the total height of the pole is only 20 feet, if the total height of the pole is 20 feet, the ascent will be completed just in 1 hour. Let me suppose that the total height of the pole is 20 feet. Monkey will be climbing this pole just in 1 hour. After reaching the apex, there is no point that it can come down. After reaching the apex, there is no point of coming down. This point arises only, yes, only in between, nothing more than that. Come on student, here we go. So for this kind of questions, actually the best process is I want to make some change in the question and then I have to answer this question. In place of 20 feet, if I give you 30, I just want to see how we can answer. In place of 20, if I give you 30, then how we can answer, which means that, just listen. What is the height of the pole? Height of the pole is 90 meters, and out of 90 meters, you cut 30 meters. You cut 30 meters. Out of 90 meters, students, here I took 30 meters, here I took 30 meters. You just do one thing. This 30 meters. You divide 90 meters into 30 and 60. Okay? You divide the entire pole into 90 plus 30. What is the height of the pole? What is the height of the pole, my dear students? Height of the pole is 90 feet. I divided 90 feet into 30 feet and 60 feet. This is 30 feet and this is 60 feet. I hope you understand. The monkey will make any kind of dancing up to this. It gets and down, climbs and comes down, something like. Up to here it makes that kind of dancing, and after coming here, the entire ascent will be completed in 1 hour. If somehow monkey reaches to this point, this 30 feet can be completed in 1 hour. And up to 60 feet, there is a chance of oscillations, going and down, going and down. Tell me how? 30 feet in 1 hour, 10 feet slippery, means 20 feet in every 1 hour. Up to this 60. Up to this 60, it can climb 20 feet in 1 hour. Up to this. 30, come down. 30, come down. 30, come down. Like that, this 60 feet will be completed in 4 hours. This 60 feet will be completed in 3 hours. At the rate of 20 feet in every 1 hour. Therefore, 1 plus 3, the total ascent will be completed in 4 hours. The total ascent will be completed in 4 hours. I think we better discuss this question one more time with a different number, with a different logic. Okay, student, let me tell you. In place of 90, my dear students, in place of 90, if I give you 120 feet, then how do you answer this question? A monkey climbs 20 feet at the beginning. It can climb 20 feet, but it cannot sustain there. It slips back 10 feet. When he slips back 10 feet before again starts climbing in the beginning of the next hour. Therefore, if the total length of the pole is 120 feet, I will be dividing this pole into 2 categories. One is 20 feet and the remaining 100 feet. Do you understand, my dear students? By somehow, if monkey reaches up to this, the remaining 20 feet can be completed just in 1 hour. Up to 100 feet, it can make any kind of changes. How? 20 feet climbing, 10 feet slippery. This means 10 feet in every 1 hour. 10 feet in every 1 hour, 100 feet can be climbed in 10 hours. And hence, the total ascent will be completed in 11 hours. I believe that, okay, I think now it is okay for you, my dear students, but still there may be some confusion from your side. I understand that. No problem, students. We will discuss this question again. So, tomorrow we are going to conclude this topic. If you have any questions, we will be discussing with different values. Student, now it is the time to take a break, have some water, we will get back and we discuss yesterday's paper. Okay? Yes. So today is going to be the last day for ratio proportion. So I believe that many of the questions you are able to handle without any confusion. I think I can go ahead without any confusion. Now we complete the questions just here. The two numbers are in the ratio. Two numbers are in the ratio 1:2. Two numbers are in the ratio 1:2. If 7 is added to both, the ratio changes to 3:5. Then what you did? What you did? Yes, you know that very well. 1:2 can be taken as 2:4, 3:5. You know that what we did? 2 becomes 3 parts, 4 becomes 5 parts. Every number increases by 1 part because of 7. And hence, in this question, every 1 part is 7. Greater number is this, 4 into 7, 28. I think there is no confusion, my dear students. We can go ahead. I am not wasting your time when the question is simple, my dear students. Student, for 27th question, somebody says that there is some controversy. Tomorrow you please remind that, we will be discussing that. 27th, okay. Today's morning paper. We discuss tomorrow. Yes, students, now here is the question. Question number 2. Question number 2 is also very similar. I think there is no question. Students, I just want to give you one interesting point in this question. Just listen to me. Two numbers are in the ratio 3:5. Two numbers are in the ratio 3:5. If 9 is subtracted from each, the ratio becomes 12:23. If 9 is subtracted from both, the ratio becomes 12:23. So, how you want to make the ratio? Actually, the ratio need to be changed, you know. How to change the ratio? I just want to give you some interesting point. What is the difference of 12 and 23? Difference is 9. Multiply 9 the above one. Therefore, 27 is to 45. Okay. What is the difference of 3 and 5? 2. Multiply this ratio by 2. Therefore, 24, 26. I hope you understand what I am telling you. 24 and 46. 24 and this is 46. What you did? You multiplied by 9 the above and by 2, 12 is to 23. 46. You can understand how the ratio is changing. How the ratio is changing. Okay, student, if you really don't want to handle this question something like this, you can also do the questions something like, let the two numbers be 3x and 5x. If you don't want to make any confusion, if you want to answer this question without any difficulty, we can discuss this question like this. If 9 is subtracted from each of the number, if 9 is subtracted from each of the number, 3x minus 9, 5x minus 9, then the ratio becomes 12:23, 12/23. You can answer the question. I think there is no confusion. Without any second thought, you can comfortably answer this question, and by the way, you can answer what is the greatest number. Maybe if you don't want to make any number of changes in the ratio, we can better discuss this question like this. Similar one, my dear students, no confusion at all. Question is very similar to the previous one. I don't want to waste your time. Yeah, student, just look at that. Two vessels A and B, two vessels A and B contain milk and water mixed in the ratio 4:3. Milk and water mixed in the ratio 4:3. This is 4 and that is 3, and in the second container milk and water is in the ratio 2:3. The ratio in which this mixture be mixed to form a new mixture containing half milk and half water. Students, this particular question we will be discussing in alligation rule. Right at the moment, please leave the question. This question comes under alligation rule. So, we will be discussing this question, there you will be getting clarity about this question. No? You want me to explain right now? It takes a little more time. So, please leave the question right now, no problem. We will be discussing this question in alligation rule. Okay? Just forget about this question. Question number 6. What is the difference of Whipple's and some data is missing. Question number 7. What number should be added to each one of 6, 14? What number should be added to each one of the ratio 6, 14, 18 and 38, 18 and 38 to make equally proportional? For this kind of question, you have to approach through the options. First, you have to add 4. First, you have to add 4. Just see whether it is okay or not. 6 plus 4, 10, 4 plus 4, 18, and this is 22, this is 42. Unfortunately, they are not in proportion. They are not in proportion. When you find that they are not in proportion, cancel this and look at the next one. Here the number 6, 14, 18, 38. What is the second option? You have 2. You add 2 to each number. Come on student, 6 plus 2 8, 14 plus 2 16, 18 plus 2 20, 38 plus 2 40. 6 and 8 and 16, 1 is to 2, 20 and 14, 1 is to 2. They are in same equal proportional. Therefore, your answer is second option. So, this is the best possible way. This is the best possible way to answer the question like this. You have to approach only through the option. Okay, student? I think there is no confusion, everything under control. Students, I think there is no confusion. We can go ahead with the next one. Question number 8. Yeah, similar one. Similar one. I think I need not waste your time. Simple. Let the two numbers be 13x and 14x. You can take two numbers, first number 13x and second number 15x. What number should be subtracted? This is one way, or else you can also approach through the given options. Look at the first option, 13 minus 7. Look at the first option. 13 minus 7. 13 minus 7 is 6. Second number, 15 minus 7 is 8. 6 and 8. That is 3 is to 4. The condition is satisfied. Therefore, your answer is 7. So, for quantitative aptitude, getting from the options is also a very good idea, my dear students. Getting through the options is also a very good idea. So, make use of the options effectively. This will give you a lot of confidence. Okay? Now, here we go. Question number 9. Similar one. Just what I told you in the earlier question. That was addition, this is subtraction, nothing more than that. Question number 10, very similar. X by 7 is equal to 8 by 5. X by 7 is equal to 8 by 5. X by 7 is equal to 8 by 5. Therefore, x is equal to 8 into 7 divided by 5. Therefore, x is equal to 56 by 5, that is 11.2. Come on student, question number 11, just look at question number 11. The total number of employees in an organization is 1782. The total number of employees in an organization is 1782. If the number of employees in the female organization is 990. From 1782, you subtract 990. Tell me student, how much you left with? 892. Then what is the respective ratio of the total number of males of the total number of females in the organization? Total number of females are 990, my dear students, and this is 892. Total number of males are 892. This is going to be your answer. So, you are going to find the relation between 782, 792 and 990. There is nothing in this question, we can easily answer this question without any confusion. We can go ahead. Next one. Question number 12. The total number of students in a school is 60 to 80. If the number of the girls is 4, similar one, just like what we did in the previous one. The total weight of Sanjay and Suresh is 120 kg. If Sanjay kg is 30 kg more than Suresh. Students, can you divide 120 kg basing on the condition that is given to you? So, this is Sanjay and this is Suresh. What is the condition? Sanjay weight is 30 kg more than Suresh. So, this is possible if Suresh is 45, Sanjay is 75. Check. What I did is right or wrong? Students, do you understand that? 120. 120. Subtract 30 from 120, 90. 45, 45. 35 is 30 is added to Sanjay. Check it out. 45, 75. Add 45, 75, 120. What is the difference of 45 and 75? 30. Everything is under control. Hence, Sanjay and Suresh weights are in the ratio 15:9. What is the question? Then what is the ratio of the weight of Suresh to that of Sanjay? Therefore, 9 by 15, that is 3 by 5, that is 0.6. Why I take like this, my dear students? Look at that. What is the ratio of Suresh to that of Sanjay? Suresh to that of Sanjay. Suresh 9, Sanjay 15. 3 by 5. 3 by 5 is 0.6. I think there is no confusion. Everything under control. Students, I just want to tell you one thing. Just listen to me. If I ask you to find the ratio of A and B, you can say 1:2, right? You can say 1:2, number 1. You can say 1 by 2. 1:2, 1 by 2, no problem. And this you can also say 0.5 because 1 by 2 is 0.5. In how many ways the ratio can be defined? 1:2, second one 1 by 2, third one 0.5. In 3 ways we can define. I hope you understand this. Okay, student, are we clear? Yes, students, okay. So, no complaint from your side so far, because the questions are relatively easy. Probably you might have done this question without much confusion. Come on, student. So, in 3 ways we can define. I just want to come again. For example, if the ratio of x and y is given 4:5, 4:5 can also be expressed as 4 by 5. Okay? And it can also be said to be 0.8 because 4 by 5 is 0.8. It is the wish of the examiner. Examiner can give this option in any way as he pleases. Therefore, there is no compulsion. Yes, students. Question number 14. Question number 14. Do you remember that in your school exams? I just want to let you know that speed is given by the formula distance by time. Here is the speed, here is the time, and hence the speed is inversely proportional to time. More the speed, less the time. Less the speed, more the time. You are going to Rajahmundry from Kakinada. If you go at a greater speed, you will be reaching in less time. Speed is inversely proportional to time. Tell me, students, what is the ratio of the speeds? Speeds are given in the ratio 2:4:7, and hence the times will be in the ratio 1 by 2 is to 1 by 4 is to 1 by 7. But 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 7 is not encouraging. Ratio should always be kept in number, not in fraction. If that is the case, we multiply entire ratio by 28. 28 by 2, 28 by 4, 28 by 7. So, this comes under 14 is to 7 is to 4. 14 is to 7 is to 4. I think you understand. Student, are we clear? I hope that we are absolutely clear so far. No complaints from your side. Everything is going fine. Okay? Now, come on student, we move on to the next question. Question number 15. Here we go. Similar one, my dear students, this is very similar one as we discussed in the earlier question, but still we discuss this. Just look at that. Three kinds of tickets, their rates are in the ratio 5 is to 3. Rates are in the ratio 5 is to 3 is to 1. But the highest ratio is 10, my dear student. Therefore, this is the highest one. 5 into 2, 10, 3 into 2, 6, 1 into 2, 2. You understand? If the highest ticket ratio is 10, 5 into 2, 10, 3 into 2, 6, 1 into 2, 2. That is the rates. What about the tickets? What about the tickets? Tickets are sold in the ratio 3 is to 4 is to 8. 3 is to 4 is to 8 and total 750 tickets. Divide 750 in the ratio 3 is to 4 is to 5. Every one part is, this is 15. 750 by 15, 50. Therefore, 150, 200, 400. These are the tickets sold. What you are asked to find? Total amount collected. How to get this? 10 rupee tickets are sold how many? 150. 150 10 rupee tickets, that comes around 1500 rupees. Second one, 6 rupee tickets are sold for 200. So, 200 6 rupee tickets, that comes around 1200. Then 2 rupee tickets are sold 400. Therefore, 400 into 2, that is 800. So, the total amount is 3500. This is the price of the tickets, and these are the tickets sold for each individual class. 3 is to 4 is to 8. We have to divide 750 in the ratio 3 is to 4 is to 8. That comes 150, 200 and 400. Because we have got enough explanations and we got so many questions we deal, I believe that it is absolutely going fine. Ratio proportion is not hot topic, man. It is a little confusing topic, I can understand that. So, questions can be given in a different direction. That is the reason why a little bit of confusion is obviously there. But we have to answer this. This is the part of our syllabus. We just cannot leave the topic. We have to understand this. We can't get it away. We have to understand that. Okay? No problem. We can make it. Students, just look at that. Here is question number 16. What is in question number 16, my dear students? 3 numbers are in the ratio 3 is to 4 is to 5. Okay. The sum of the largest and smallest equals to sum of the second and 52. So, let the 3 numbers be 3x, 4x and 5x. We can take, no problem. Tell me, the sum of the smallest and the largest. What is the sum of the smallest and the largest? 5x plus 3x is equal to 8x. equals to sum of the second, which is 4x and 52. Check it out. What I did is right. Smallest and largest is 8x, that is equal to second and 52. Therefore, 4x is equal to 52, x is equal to 13. Smallest number is 3x. So, 3 into 13, therefore, smallest number is 39. Okay, student? Topic is not really hard, man. Only thing is, we have different shades of the topic. That is the reason why obviously some of you are unable to handle this topic with perfection, no problem. But next week I think we will be discussing the application of this topic, there you will be getting the complete command. Here is the similar one, my dear students, there is no confusion, similar to the previous one. Here also very similar, there is no confusion in this question. Absolutely, why you are finding it too difficult, man? Why you are finding it too difficult? Actually, there is nothing difficult in this question. Yeah, two numbers are in the ratio 4:5 and their LCM is 180. What is the smaller of the numbers? Actually, this kind of questions we can approach through the given options. Tell me, two numbers are in the ratio 4:5. What you are asked to find? What you are asked to find? Two numbers are in the ratio 4:5. Right. Come on, student. And their LCM is 180. What is the smaller number? Students, smaller number is a multiple of 4, you know. Whatever the number, it is multiple of 4 only, there is no other way. And hence your answer cannot be 45. 45 is not divisible by 4. Your answer cannot be 15. 15 is not divisible by 4. Your answer cannot be 9. 9 is not divisible by 4. Only option that is available to you is 36. So, if the smaller number is 36, 4 into 9 is 36, 5 into 9 is 45. And of course, to check it out, what is the LCM of 36 and 45? LCM of 36 and 45 is obviously 180. So, whatever the question given to you is absolutely correct. The problem is you are not making use of the given options. Objective arithmetic can be answered by making use of the options effectively. Maybe you are not using that because still you are in the beginning of the topic. That is the reason you find it little difficult. Someone said that, sir, this topic is a little difficult. No, the topic is not difficult, man. You have to use it to that. You have to use it to that. Once you use it to the topic, obviously you can handle without any confusion. Students are asking me to explain question number 17. Okay, students, I will be doing that. Question number 21. Similar one. Students, just listen. Question number 21. Here we go. Question number 21. The ratio of the two numbers is 3:4. The ratio of the two numbers is 3:4. What is the sum of the numbers? What is the sum of the numbers? Sum of the numbers is a multiple of 7. 3 plus 4, 7. 24 is not divisible by 7. 32 is not divisible by 7. 26. The only available option is 28. It can be the answer. It is only the answer. Like that you can verify. So, next time you make use of the options. For 17th question you are asking me, you can also approach it through the options. So, because you are not doing that, you find it too difficult to answer. No problem. Student, in the beginning everything seemed to be very tough. Have you learned cycling in your childhood days? So, how tough you might have felt in learning cycle, at least a motorcycle, motorbike. But once you understand that, now you are actually doing so many feats on motorcycle as well. In the beginning you are so afraid of even touching the motorcycle, now you are doing the feats. It all depends on how confident you are. No topic is tough, my dear students, no topic is complicated, it is only the way in which we handle the topic, that is it. Okay? So, there is nothing complicated in any question, the only thing is we have to use it to that. Here we go. The respective ratio between the monthly salaries of Reen and Som is 5:3. Reen and Som is 5:3. Reen and Som is 5:3. Out of her monthly salary, Reen gave 1/6 as rent, 1/5 of to her mother, 30% to her education loan, and keeps 25% aside for miscellaneous expenditure. Remaining 5,000 she keeps as savings. What is Som's monthly salary? To answer this kind of question, one should be very strong at percentages as well. Just listen to me. How neatly I handle this question, just try to understand that. Students, are you ready, man? Are you ready? Now, should I tell you with a beautiful logic? Just listen to me. Let me take this number, let me take this number 30x. If I take this number 38, it will be 18x. Okay? 5 into 6, 30x, 3 into 6, 18x. I can take it now? I tell you why I am taking like this. I tell you, wait, tell me, what is Reena's salary? 30x, as we discuss. Now, 1/6 as rent. What is 1/6? 5x. 1/5 to her mother. What is 1/5? 6x. 30% her education loan. 30% means 9x. And keeps 25% aside miscellaneous expenditure. 25%. Oh my God. What? Again, fraction is coming. You want to eliminate fraction, you want to come out of this fraction, there is another technique, just listen. Reen and Som, what you are given? 5:3. You take it as 60x, this will be 36x. Understand? Understand? Come, now just come. Out of 60x, now come one by one. 1/6 as rent. What is 1/6? 10x. 1/5 to her mother. What is 1/5? 12x. Come on. 30% her education. What is 30%? 18x. 12x, 18x. Plus 25% aside. 25% means 15x. Add up. 10 plus 12, 22, 40. Come on, student. This is 30, 40, 55x. How much amount she is spending? 55x. Tell me how much amount she is left with? 5x. She is amounting to 5,000. When 5x is amounting to 5,000, 36x is how much? 36,000. See how easily we can answer this question. This comes in practice, but yes, it is not that easy. It takes some time. Because you are in the beginning, obviously you find little difficult. Okay? Student, so time is up. Today you are taking the test on sequence and ranking. So, okay students, now goodbye for today, and tomorrow again we will be meeting at 9:30. We will be concluding sequence and ranking by tomorrow. Okay? Thank you students. Take care.